Hello, everybody. Hope all of you guys are doing well. I'm doing well, just so you know. And today we have Sara Nystrom, and I am really, really excited to introduce, her to all of you guys, and then also meet her, know more about her. But before that, we're gonna take like a second, and I'm gonna make this public so all of you guys can share it, and so can Sarah. Okay, so now you can share out. You'll see us live on Facebook, and I'm pretty sure that you've also gotten a notification that I'm live. Yeah.
I don't
And
see
we're live.
it right now. Okay, yeah, this is then. I'll do that later. I can't see it, Raheen, but that is okay. I see this video is live now. That is okay. Let's just go.
Yeah. Just give me a second because I have to make it public. Unless that happens, nobody else would be able to
All
share
right,
out.
that is true. This video is live now, it says. Okay.
Okay.
But I
And I made it
just see a picture there.
Yeah. You'll need to refresh your Facebook. So you can do that.
Yep. This live, no, there is still a picture actually. But
yeah, I guess I can tag you later, and then we can
figure
it out that way. Yeah, at the watch party. So, coming back to the interview, I'm so excited to be here and interview you. So, I'd love if you introduce yourself your way, and then we can get this started.
Thank you, Raheen. I'm very excited to be here, and thank you for inviting me. And hello, everybody listening. Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah, please introduce yourself, and then we can get.
So my name is Sara Nystrom. I am born and raised in Sweden, but I always, since forever, I felt like world citizen at heart. I am an entrepreneur. I'm an international speaker. I'm a body language expert, and I'm a mind trainer. I love adventures, outdoor adventures, and I speak many languages. That will be like a very short summary of who I am.
Very nice, and I feel like all the things that you told me, they all kind of, in their own way stand out to me as like a person, and I'm like a body language expert. The woman can understand what am I thinking in my mind right now while I'm interviewing her. So
yes, be careful.
Oh yeah,
especially
I think it's the first time that I'm here with a body language expert that can know what I'm thinking just by my gestures and my facial expressions, which is so cool.
Actually, our faces, I'm specialized in microfacial expressions, and our faces speak all the time. Whether we want it or not, we emit signals subconsciously. And actually, a great part of our communication takes place subconsciously. So yeah, that's true. I can read minds, and we actually do that, all of us, constantly. We read each other. We just don't know it. It takes place subconsciously, reading and picking up. But I teach people to become more aware of it and to sharpen their ability to read.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get started from like the beginning. You said that you were born in Sweden. How was your early childhood in Sweden?
Oh, my early childhood. I had a very happy childhood. I'm very grateful for that. I grew up with parents and one older sister, and I was very awaited. My parents wanted to have one more child, and it took time before I turned up. So my sister, she was very, very happy to get her baby doll sister. My father was a police officer, so we always had 2 dogs, at least, German Shepherds. So I grew up with dogs. That's why I'm very passionate about dogs. I do have a dog today that I love to bits and pieces. I don't know if there's very much more to say to that. Nature has always been a big part of my life, and I think that comes from my childhood. I still love being out in nature and outdoor life, like hiking, trekking, camping, all these things, canoeing. And I think
Interesting.
that comes from
Now,
my childhood. Hmm.
now tell me. So, yeah, I mean, again, I'm pretty much still thinking, and I know you can tell it the best about the side of your professional work that is you're a body language expert. So how are you as a child? Would you try to read minds in the body language?
Hmm.
So did you magically know as how the teacher was taking a pop quiz? Because I never know, and I'm not the best
No,
fan
that
of
actually,
teachers.
no, that actually came later in life. But what I did realize early on in life is that I think since early childhood, I love people, and I love talking. I love communicate. I'm quite a talker, so I sometimes I need to practice to use these and not only use this, right? Because especially when you're a body language expert, it's all about observing what is being said, not with the mouth, but with the rest, right? But naturally, I'm a speaker. I love speaking. I love talking. I love connecting with people, building relations. And so, quite early on in life, when I was 19, I left Sweden, and I guess I would say that I'm brought up to be quite an independent person. So I left Sweden to go abroad. My first place I go would be yeah, I was 19 and I took the train to Paris because I just got a job in Disneyland. And I stayed there for like half a year or something. And my goal was to speak fluent French. And so I did. And then I went on. From there, I went to Italy. I was babysitting in Venice for 1 year, like au pair. And my goal was to learn Italian. So I did. I learned Italian, and then this is a long time ago. So we can fast forward. I went and I lived in many countries: Austria, Greece. I spent a lot of time Spain. So I learned many languages. I also traveled further than that on my own, to Mongolia, to Russia, Nepal, Tibet, India, Guatemala. I lived in Ghana for some time, Tanzania, and during this period in life, now I don't. And I wasn't 19. This is my whole life. I'm talking about different places I've been staying for long and traveling and living and studying. And so what it led me to was to practice my natural gift of communicating, connecting with people. I practiced it, right? So because you're on your own in the world, you don't know anybody, you may not know the language. So how do you do? How do you get a job? How do you get to know people? How do you solve little problems, little challenges? So you learn how to, especially when you don't know the language, you learn how to read people and read signals, right? And eventually I came back to Sweden and I started working at the Swedish Migration Agency, especially receiving refugees from all over the world. So funnily enough, instead of going to the world would come, well, not only to me, but to the agency, right? And also to me. So in my job, I continued communicating with the world, with people from all over the world, using many languages. And I realized that there was such a huge need for communication, to become better in communication. The whole authority needed to become better. I mean, we were pretty good, but I saw things every day, and I'm not sure everybody thought about them, but I surely did, because this is my big passion, this is my interest. So what it led me to was that I eventually started my own company, my own communication business. And I would actually take trainings. And that's when I formally became a body language expert, body language master trainer, and also a micro expressions trainer. So I realized when I took those trainings that, hey, I've been doing this for long, but I wasn't aware of it, reading people, connecting with people. But there is a whole science behind that, right? That you can learn, and that everybody can learn. Actually, everybody can become better in this, because up to 90% of our communication takes place non-verbally and subconsciously, and we can practice that. So that's what I do today. So today I have my own business. It's called Impact Pro, and I train companies and also individuals, organizations, both in Sweden and abroad. And in January last year, I was invited to United Nations office in Geneva, where I gave part of a training in negotiation. Because imagine when you can read people during negotiation, it helps you a lot, right? It's a huge advantage.
True.
Yeah, now I talked a lot.
You know, I really feel like that's true. And body language is something that really makes an impact, because I truly believe, and I feel like you're one of the very few people that I meet that agree with me, that it's not all that we speak that is heard, but what is felt, the kind of vibes that you kind of get from another person that really make an impact in what relationship must be built afterwards. And I feel like what I feel like is that in entrepreneurship, being a body language reader or somebody that can just kind of, I don't know how, but like judge the vibes that are going on in the room and what's going on through the conversation and the signals that can be perceived. Now, I feel like that's something that can be so helpful, right? To all the entrepreneurs, because this is
Very,
something
very
that's
helpful.
necessary, right? So, what are your thoughts on that?
Uh, my thoughts on, can you repeat the question, Rahim?
What are your thoughts on the importance of body language reading with
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs?
So, entrepreneurs, what we do is that we are salespeople. We sell ourselves, we sell our brand, we sell our products, we sell our services, right? And when we sell, it means that we have to communicate, right? And before pandemic, that was usually one-on-one meetings, right? Nowadays, it may still be one-on-one meetings, but usually it's online, right? But still, we usually see someone, right? And when we see someone, that is a huge opportunity that most of us miss, because we focus on the words, and the words is only a small part of the communication. So, for example, to make an example, when we make an offer, right, we say that this service is $10,000. We just make it up like that. And we see that the other person, we see a reaction. There is an instant reaction in the face.
Mhm.
For example, it could be a negative reaction, could be little wrinkles around the nose, showing disgust. And disgust is not only, we sometimes think disgust is only when physical things, but we show the same muscle movements for dislike, something we don't like, right? So this is actually a window for you to amend your offer, right? To adapt it, to keep the client on board instead of losing it, right? Maybe the person shows contempt, one lip corner going up, means that he or she thinks that he or she knows better. Yeah, a place of superiority, excuse me. But if we miss that, and we may only see the smile, there is a smile coming on right after. Usually we do that. We want to hide our negative emotions. So if you're not trained, you see the smile and you think it's really right. The person likes what I am saying, right? This is very, very useful to be able to, because if we see that, then we know instantly we need to change either the offer or the price. And maybe we say something like this: because we are very interested in collaborating with you, we have this special offer for you, or we come up with a lower price, or. But on the other hand, if we see a positive reaction, maybe surprise when we say the price, that usually means that the price is too low. I can go higher. The person is surprised. So then we say, in your case, I would recommend, we have this A, B, and C package, premium package, and I would recommend you, and then we can we can maybe land $50,000 instead, right? So little signals, we can use them and dance with the person we have in front of us. And that is in negotiation and in sales. Actually, studies have shown that we have tested. I am the former also executive director of Center for Body Language, a position I recently left to go all in my own business. But the Center for Body Language has done a lot of research. We're leading in body language training for business. And a lot of research has been done in companies around the world, different sectors, different areas, different countries, and they all show the same. You know what they show, Raheen?
What?
They show that the in companies always have the very good, well-performing, the top salespersons, and the low-performing ones. Like all companies have them, but you know that the top ones, they almost had the double a score on our microexpression test before training than the other ones. So they have this natural, right? And they sell almost like 20% more than the ones with a lower score. So there is like a pattern. And when we have trained companies, the companies have increased their sales by up to 30%. So this is really powerful. And when you think about it, it's not so strange because sales, what is it? Sales is communication, right? So good salespeople, they know how to communicate, they know how to connect, and they are emotional intelligent, I would say. Because this skill to read, when you improve your skill to read microfacial expressions, you actually increase your emotional intelligence because you become better at understanding other people's emotions.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I really really like to ask you is that in the field of understanding body language, or kind of I would say emotions or reactions, what is the literacy rate now as like an estimate, or how literate people are when it comes to that field? Because I don't know so many people that might be like experts, but I know some that know something or just get the vibe from the other person, and they might not even know that they know so much.
Yeah, no. As I said before, this is usually for most people. This is a subconscious skill, and like with everything, you can like some people are better in I don't know, writing, and other people are better in football, and so this is a skill that you can have it naturally, better or worse. The good thing is that everybody can get better by training, by practicing it. But I would say that the use of mobile phones and how you say, meetings online, like we do all the time now. We seldom meet people face to face, right? And in this very the period we're in now, and I would say that we don't get to practice. We don't get to practice naturally connecting with people, because this is let's face it, this is it's always better to meet people in person, because now you only see my face. My face speaks, as I said, it's important, but it's even better if you can see the whole body, because my legs speak, my feet speak, my hands speak, but you cannot see them right now. So to get a whole impression and to get a really gut feeling for someone, it's better to see the whole person. This is the reason people take, normally not out of pandemic, they fly across the globe to sign big deals. They don't do them online, rarely, right? Because they need to get a feel for that person. They need to know, and there is a reason behind that.
I see. And like you said, and it's so true that right now, I mean, most of the interviews that I've done, and I think there's like a very handful of people that I've interviewed that I've actually met at some point in life. Because, come on, not all the time do I have the energy to travel, or do they have? Because, I mean, right now, where are you based right now?
Stockholm,
Yeah,
Sweden.
so I can't come to Stockholm, or you can't come to Pakistan specifically to meet me, right? You need at least like a good filled schedule to, think about coming here and stuff. So I feel like it is a blessing, yet it can be, it does have drawbacks, of course. And even
It
I
does.
feel like in the camera, in the camera, I can't really feel your face as much to see those, micro expressions, or just really, if I'm an expert, just get the whole vibe from a Zoom meeting
Yes.
or from
Yes.
a Facebook Live. So,
We
how
can
is
see
your
many
mind
things.
training?
We can see many things. Sorry?
How is your mind training going?
My mind training. I have is going very well, but I have built during this challenging year. It's been challenging for all of us, not the least so for entrepreneurs and small business owners like myself. But I have also, because I am a mind trainer, I always think that we can find opportunities in challenges. Challenges are disguised opportunities, right? There are always good things we can find. So I used last year, a big part of last year, to develop a totally new concept, actually. It came to me very it was very special. I was speaking with a friend of mine, a business friend of mine, and all of a sudden we were inspired, and it was almost like a lightning. I cannot describe it better. It just, we couldn't stop. And the day after, because that was when my new concept was born, and then and day after, I laid down on the floor with my son's, this roll of papers. I spread off the
Yeah.
floor with all his crayons and pens and all colors, and I would write for hours, literally hours. And I stopped myself and I looked and I was like, this is it. I just created a mega concept. And what I've done, I put together everything I learned for the 25 years I've been traveling around the world, living in different places. I think there is a reason behind. I always believe there is a reason behind everything. So I think I prepared myself for the thing I have created now, and it's a mixture of mind training, inner power, combined with communication skills. And I have decided to focus on professional women around the world because I sincerely believe, the ladies watching this, I hope you agree with me that time has come for women to step up. Women are needed around the world. Men are also needed, but we need to be equal. We need to be ruling the world together. And so this is why I have decided to focus my new concept on women. And I call my concept Communication Queen. And Communication Queen builds in 5 different modules. The first one is mind training, inner power, because we cannot become great communicators if we don't have mind strength, inner strength. If we have bad thoughts about ourselves, a lot of us do. If we have bad thoughts about others, imagine what that does to our communication. We can prepare ourselves in words. It doesn't matter because our body will say other things. It doesn't help if you read a book on body language and we know how to sit and stand. The body will still speak. The body will reveal the truth, right? So our thoughts and our actions are connected with our body language and our emotions. It all goes together. So the first module is inner power. And then I have one module, social competence. How do we get more social competent? And then we have creative negotiation skills. Negotiation, how to be better at negotiating in creative ways, thinking out of the box. Aiming for win-win solutions. I believe in win-win solutions. A good negotiator to me is not someone with sharp elbows, killing everybody ahead, because that is not smart in the long run, right? We want to build relations. Everything is about building relations, and then it comes back to us. It's a long-term relationship, right? And then we become really successful. And then number 4 is charisma. Can we increase our charisma? Yes, we can increase our charisma. By working on our inside, by working on the inner climate, so we can shine and glow. And then the last part is emotional intelligence, that has to do a lot with body language and micro expressions. So this is my whole concept that I am I'm still evolving it, and I'm so excited because in less than a week I'm going to give my first free webinar. So I don't know if it's okay with you, Raheen, to invite everybody listening. You didn't know this, but is that okay? Yeah, can I invite
Yeah,
people?
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would
So
love if you can also send me a few links or something so I
yeah,
can post
sure,
it.
sure,
And I
sure,
love
sure.
for me
Please,
and my
I
mom to
will do
join,
that.
right?
I will. Yes, please, please come on
Because
board
I
because
feel that
now
I'm really amazing.
all
I feel
women
that I'm
around the
very
world.
amazing with body language because as soon as my mom goes like this somewhere, I know that she's mad at me, and it's just her sort of emotions that I have to
It is.
all
It
train
is.
myself to understand
So
by now. So I'd love to be part of this initiative, and I think we can have more talk about this part
let's
backstage.
do that.
You were saying.
Let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm calling all women around the world to come to join me in this and to do this together, to step up. And it's not about taking over from the men. No, it's about collaboration. It's about emotional intelligence. And we need more. The world needs more heart, right? The world needs more to think. I don't mean we shouldn't think with our head. Of course, we should think with our head, but also to think with our heart, connecting with others, understanding other people. And also, when I say heart, we need to love ourselves more. When we love ourselves more, we learn how to love ourselves, we will become more charismatic, we will make more impact, and we will connect more with other people. So it all goes together, and that is what my concept is about.
Hmm. And honestly, I very, very feel like that this is important for women because women deserve, all the things as well. I mean, it isn't that we're so different. And at times, I feel most of the time women are stereotyped as in, pampering yourself has to be a spa day. It can be a comfy Netflix and chill. It can be anything. So I feel like putting those stereotypes, aside and then really focusing on the love for yourself and also
Mm.
understanding the other person. And I love if we can go more in depth of your adventure side because come
Yeah, let's
on,
do that.
you've traveled so much. I mean, you named like a couple, actually a dozen like countries, and you're like, oh, I also know their language and this language, and I'm like, oh my god, I envy that.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to that. I just want to say one more thing about men and women. I see men and women, it's like yin and yang. I mean, let's say, I don't know, I don't remember now which one is. I think one is symbolizing men and one is symbolizing women. But when man has been in power the last, well, until now, basically, history has been about men. So you can just open any history book and you see it's all about men, right? Mostly, 99%. But it is not balanced. Both are needed. It is not about one or the other, like trying to compete. We need each other when we rule together because we have. It's not about women trying to become like men. No, we have to stand strong in our own power to complement the men, and then that's that. I just felt I wanted to say that. That's how I see it. So that's why I want to, contribute to this. And now let's switch to my adventurous side. Yeah, I think that I've always been a bit adventurous. I've always liked challenges, and I think that's why I left all by myself to travel all by myself. Some people would ask me, "But you're a woman. Shouldn't you be careful? Should you travel by yourself? Isn't that dangerous?" And no, I think of course I got a bit worried when I got lost in Kathmandu late at night all by myself. Of course, we should be careful, yeah. But still, we say that what the mind believes, the mind can conceive. I think so. We have to have the right mindset, and maybe it's easy for me to say because I am raised to be very independent, as I said before. But also by traveling with myself, you learn to love it, and to when you travel by yourself, you also learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about yourself in stressful situations, and you learn about your own culture compared to other cultures, right? So, and then you want to ask me about specific adventures. There are many of them. I have climbed the Kilimanjaro, and I have trekked to Mount Everest Base Camp. I walked the pilgrimage walk in Spain that you walk across the Pyrenees in northern Spain. You walk 900 kilometers. So in 900 kilometers, it took about 23 or 24 days. It's not the race or anything, but you get used in walking. So walking maybe 30 to 50 kilometers per day, you get used to it, and you only have a little backpack, and you sleep in hostels, so it's not like you have 5 to 10 kilos on your back. So it's not like but that is a beautiful adventure that I to do pilgrimage walk. That is very and to do it on your own, that is very how can I say, it does a lot for your self-growth. And what more adventures? Living in different countries is an adventure per se, I would say. We lived in 2015. Me and my husband lived together in Ghana because we adopted our son. Yeah. We were not able to conceive on our own, so we decided to adopt. That was not a hard decision at all for me. Being, I thought about it afterwards, and I thought about who I am and feeling so a world citizen, I said in the beginning. So if I should become a mother, of course I should become a mother through adoption. So my son and our son, he's born in Ghana, in Kumasi, and we lived in Accra, in the capital of Ghana, for about 3 or 4 months during the court procedures, and that was an adventure all by itself. I love living in different countries, but it's a different thing to be in the claws of authorities. That was quite challenging, because the moment we got our son, I got him on my laps in the orphanage, I felt this is our son. There was love. It was instant love. But then you're not sure if you're ever going to become a family, because it's up to the authorities, right? So that was a totally different kind of adventure and challenge to go through.
Yeah. I feel it's beautiful because a lot of time, we have that perception of, but from another country, and how's that, even gonna work out? But I feel like, how instant love works is without any national, professional, or culture, kind of borders. So I feel like there is no boundaries when it comes to love. And parenthood or motherhood, as my mom says, is a very beautiful experience. And yeah, how she just handles me and loves me kind of explains how how much she can love me when I'm so naughty around. So yeah, honestly, it was such a beautiful chat, and now it's coming to an end. But I'd like to stay back. And to all the people that are watching there, thank you so much for watching, sharing out. If you didn't, you can still start like a watch party that's going to be on your timeline. So I love if you can do that. And please comment. And I love some feedback. That be any sort of feedback. You don't really quite necessarily have to tell me good things about myself. So yeah, the heart says what the heart says. So say what your heart says. That can be like a tongue twister, right? So yeah, any last thoughts do you have? And then
Yes, do join me. It's going to be 23rd of January. It's going to be from 11 o'clock standard European time until 1:30. It's 90 minutes free webinar on charisma, on inner power, on communication. Because communication, I want to end with saying this, communication, when I work with body language, I work from two sides. One is reading other people. We started out talking a lot about that. One is reading microfacial expressions, reading the body language, right? And using it in different situations to build relations with others, to negotiate, to lead people. The other side would be our own communication. We cannot control the micro expressions, but we can control our mindset. We can control what creates the micro expressions, and that is our inside. That is our thoughts about ourselves, about others, about different situations, our mindset. So those are two different areas that I work with, and both, by the way, are in my communication queen concept that I hope that you will come and listen to and join my webinar. That is it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm ending the broadcast, and I'm so sure that we're gonna come again live. And I'd love if you can come again with Sarah on another topic. So looking forward to whenever that's gonna happen. So thank you so much. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye.